Hello and welcome. Thank you for being here and investing your time in improving your English and yourself. Today is a story about a very long and difficult day when someone forgot house keys and had many small problems from morning until night. It was Monday morning and the alarm rang at 7 o'clock, but waking up felt very hard because the person watched television very late the night before and did not sleep well. After getting out of bed slowly and feeling sleepy, he walked to the bathroom where he brushed his teeth and washed his face while looking at himself in the mirror and thinking about the busy day waiting at work. When he finished in the bathroom, he walked into the kitchen and made a cup of hot coffee because drinking coffee every morning helps him feel awake and ready for the day. While drinking coffee and looking outside the window, he also made 2 sandwiches because he wanted to eat one sandwich for breakfast and take the other sandwich to work for lunch so that he would not need to buy expensive food. After finishing breakfast and washing the dishes, he looked at the clock on the wall and suddenly felt surprised and nervous because it was already 7:45, which meant he was almost late for work. Because he was worried about being late, he quickly ran to the bedroom where he put on his work shirt and black pants while thinking about an important meeting with his manager. After getting dressed quickly, he picked up his work bag from the chair, put his phone and wallet inside the bag, and walked fast toward the front door while thinking about catching the bus on time. When he reached the door, he opened it, walked outside, and closed the door behind him without thinking carefully about everything he needed to bring with him. After leaving the house, he walked very fast toward the bus stop because he wanted to catch the early bus, and while walking, he noticed the weather was very beautiful with bright sunshine and cool morning air. When he arrived at the bus stop, he saw many people standing and waiting for the bus, so he stood near a tree, took out his phone, and started listening to music while waiting. About 10 minutes later, the bus arrived, and he quickly got on the bus, found an empty seat near the window, and continued listening to music while watching people, shops, and cars outside. After about 30 minutes, the bus stopped near the office building, so he got off the bus, walked into the building, and said hello to coworkers with a friendly smile because he felt ready to start working. While sitting at his desk and answering emails from customers, the manager called him into the office and asked him to prepare an important document before lunchtime. Because the task was very important, he worked very hard and focused on the computer for many hours without standing up or taking a break. At 12 o'clock, he finally finished the document and felt very happy because the manager said he did a good job and thanked him for working carefully and quickly. After finishing work, he felt very hungry, so he remembered the sandwich inside the bag and decided to go to a small park near the office where he usually eats lunch. When he arrived at the park, he sat on a wooden bench, took out the sandwich, and slowly ate lunch while watching people walking dogs, talking on phones, and children playing with their parents. After finishing lunch, he stayed in the park for a few minutes because the weather was still beautiful and he wanted to relax before returning to work. When the lunch break finished, he walked back to the office and continued working until 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the workday ended. After finishing work, he said goodbye to coworkers, left the office building, and walked toward the bus stop while feeling tired but happy because all tasks were completed successfully. When the bus arrived, he got on, found a seat, and spent time reading messages on his phone while thinking about eating dinner and relaxing at home. After about 30 minutes, he arrived near the house, got off the bus, and walked slowly toward home while thinking about watching television and resting after dinner. When he finally arrived at the front door, he put his hand inside the bag to find house keys, but after searching carefully, he suddenly realized the keys were not inside the bag. Because he felt confused and worried, he checked the bag again and again while standing in front of the door, but he still could not find the keys. At that moment, he started thinking about the morning and remembered leaving the house very quickly, so he began to believe that the keys were still inside the house. Because he could not open the door, he sat down in front of the house and felt very tired and frustrated while thinking about what he should do next. After thinking for a few minutes, he decided to call a best friend who lives near the house and sometimes helps when problems happen. When the friend answered the phone, he explained the situation and said that he forgot the keys inside the house and could not enter. The friend laughed a little, but said he would come to help, so he waited outside the house for about 20 minutes while feeling cold and hungry. When the friend arrived, he brought some snacks and water because he thought waiting outside after work might be uncomfortable and tiring. While sitting together and eating snacks, the friend asked if there was a spare key, and suddenly he remembered giving the spare key to his sister last year. Because the sister lives about 30 minutes away, he decided to call her and ask if she could bring the spare key to the house. The sister said she was busy working, but promised to come after finishing work, so he continued waiting outside with his friend while talking about life and funny memories from school. After about 1 hour, the sister finally arrived and gave the spare key with a smile while telling him to be more careful next time. When he opened the door and walked inside, he felt very relieved and happy because he could finally rest after a long and difficult day. After the friend and sister left, he walked to the kitchen, cooked a simple dinner, and sat down to eat while thinking about everything that happened during the day. While eating dinner quietly, he decided to create a new habit and planned to always check keys before leaving home every morning. Before going to bed, he placed the keys on a small table near the door because he wanted to see them easily every time he leaves home in the future. While lying in bed and thinking about the long day, he understood that one small mistake, like forgetting house keys, can create many problems, but it can also teach an important lesson about being careful and organized. Since that day, he always checks keys, phone, and wallet before leaving home because he never wants to sit outside the house after a long and tiring day. If you find this video interesting and helpful, please give me a like and subscribe.